Welcome. I'm Helen Davis of One Step Forward. And every day this week, I'm coming on here to show you some of the skills and techniques that I teach my clients when I'm helping them prepare for any kind of medical or dental procedure. And I'm doing that by telling you how I used these skills when I had a serious accident at home just a few months ago and had nobody else in the house to help me. Because if these things work in a crisis like that, imagine how powerful they are when you already know what's coming and you can calmly and carefully prepare your mind and your body to view this process that's coming up not as a trauma, but as the first step in your healing process. So there I was, lying on the floor here at home, no one else in the house, with two very seriously damaged wrists. My heart was racing. My breath was shallow, my mouth was dry. I was in full fight or flight mode. I knew I'd do it that way around. My sympathetic nervous system had kicked in and everything in my body was primed. And I knew that in order to stop myself from going into shock and to do all the things that I had to do to get myself the support and help I needed, I had to shift out of the sympathetic nervous system, out of fight and flight, and into parasympathetic nervous system mode. Rest, digest, and critically heal. Luckily, I know how to hack my nervous system. I knew there were two things I needed to do. I needed to slow down my breath, which would in turn reduce my heart rate, and I needed to bring saliva into my mouth. So today we're going to talk about the breathing. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about the saliva in the mouth. And rather than just explain it, let's do this together. So whatever your situation now, if it's practical to do so, close your eyes. If that's not practical, it's fine. You can do this with them open. And just take a moment to tune into your breath. Notice how fast or slow, deep or shallow it is. Don't try and change it. Just notice it and just watch your breath. And as you breathe in, say to yourself, I breathe in. As you breathe out, I breathe out. Match the words to the speed of your actual breath at the moment. Let's do that together for a moment. I breathe in. I breathe out. Your pace will be different from mine. Maybe faster, maybe slower. I breathe in. I breathe out. I breathe in. I breathe out. Just stay with that. And then next time you exhale, change the wording slightly. I breathe in. I am breathing out. And then stick with that. I breathe in. I am breathing out. So we're making the exhalation a little bit longer. And you may already have found, even before we got here, that your breath in itself is becoming a little bit longer, a little bit slower. It may not have done yet because I'm trying to keep this video nice and short. So really you want to spend a good 5 to 10 minutes doing this if you can. But if you can't, a couple of minutes, even a few seconds is definitely better than not doing it. But as you watch your breath, it will naturally slow. And this is hacking the nervous system because we get into a vicious circle. Something frightens us. Our body responds by breathing quickly. Because we're breathing quickly, the nervous system thinks there is something to be afraid of. So things spiral very quickly. When we break that cycle by slowing the breath, we are sending a message to the nervous system that whatever it was that it was frightened by is no longer a threat. And that allows everything to step back from the brink. So this is always the first stage. Come to your breath. And when we extend the exhalation a little longer than the inhalation, we calm everything down even more. I breathe in. I am breathing out. I breathe in. I am breathing out. And if you continue this for a while after I stop the video, you will find it will have a real effect on everything. And if after that you feel so relaxed that you don't really feel like getting on with the things you're about to do next, just switch it around. I am breathing in. I breathe out. I am breathing in. I breathe out. Because when we extend the inhalation a little longer than the exhalation, we energize ourselves. So I've run out of time for today. That's today's tip. I really encourage you to practice this, to play with it yourself, now or later on in the day. And tomorrow, do come back, and I'm going to talk to you about how it's possible to address the issue of a dry mouth, even though that may feel like something you have no control over. So I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, whether live or on replay, and do leave a comment if you found this helpful, or just to share what it was like for you. See you tomorrow. Bye.